Welcome to the 700 Club Canada. I'm Brian Warren.
I'm Laura-Lynn Tyler-Thompson. It's great to be with you.
Well, you've picked a really great day to join us on the 700 Club Canada.
You sure have. GMA-nominated singer and worship leader Brooke Nichols. Oh, can she sing? She is here today to talk with us about her faith journey and perform live in studio with her husband, Steve.
I love it. Praise has power. I've been saying it for years.
You have, actually. And with that in mind, we've got a great first story that sets up the amazing power that music has.
Take a listen.
James Rodriguez learns to talk again by singing favorite hymns from his time in the church choir.
And all God's people said?
Amen.
Amen.
While a massive stroke tried to take James's speech, the music and medicine program at Virginia's Centera Healthcare helps him get it back.
Joy, my King.
We actually use more of our brain when we sing the same phrase versus when we speak it, because when we're singing, we have melody, rhythm, and emotion. That's how music can re-energize disabled parts of the mind.
We're able to activate more areas of the brain and reroute or create new neural networks so we can get around that damaged area caused by the stroke.
First, patients sing the words.
Hamburger steak. Hamburger steak.
Then transition to speaking them.
Hamburger. Good.
James's wife, Sandra, says since starting music therapy, her husband spontaneously speaks around the house.
At times, it just comes out, and it would just stop us in our tracks when he'd gone several years and not spoken a word, and communication was almost non-existent.
People with other brain issues also enjoy the benefits of music therapy. Just see the difference it makes for 96-year-old Mike Knutson.
Mike, I'm gonna put your music on, okay?
Yeah.
University of Wisconsin researchers discovered improvements in quality of life indicators like mood and memory when dementia patients like Mike would regularly listen to music.
We've seen members who don't talk very much start to sing.
Mike's family noticed it too.
Music really does something to wake him up and help him to be more engaged with what's going on around him.
The key here is treating the patients to music they love. Since that often varies, each patient listens to their own unique playlist. Mike's daughter noticed such a change, she makes music a part of each visit with her dad.
We feel as though we have been blessed with this whole new experience with Dad. We are able to connect in a completely different way, in a very genuine way.
Listening to music we love triggers the chemical dopamine, which activates our brain's pleasure center.
What you take is what you give.
In addition to prescribing music for his cancer patients, San Diego oncologist Steve Eisenberg goes a step further by serenading them himself. And get this, he writes songs specific to each patient.
Yeah, you're a diamond jewel. You're so cool. You make me smile.
He spoke with my husband for a good hour on the phone, learning all sorts of things about me, my tastes in music, my interests, my hobbies, what's important to me, what my goals are in life. And he really, I felt, captured the essence of me in the song. And it was just beautiful, touching. I could just never thank him enough.
Dr. Eisenberg cites a growing number of studies proving music's value.
So it's just an unbelievable testament, if you will, to what's been happening with music and healing and cancer patients. And it's what we've always suspected, but now we're actually seeing scans and brain activity sort of that is corroborating what we've always sort of known.
I love you, Lord. So whether you're trying to get well or just maintain good health, music can help by strengthening the mind, lowering blood pressure, and reducing pain and anxiety. Lori Johnson, CBN News.
I love that. You know, I always believed that music therapy was a powerful tool. And, you know, I love the older gentleman. He begins to rock, and he was probably thinking about the days when he was listening to the big band.
Yes. Well, it means a lot to me.
I know this is touching with you.
I know, with my mom, because she can't remember, like sometimes she can't even like speak. We've had some episodes of that, but if you start singing, my mom can sing Rock of Ages like nobody's business. You know, she just, all of a sudden she's into it. And then if I put a camera on her, she comes right, you know, alive, right? She's a preacher.
I wonder where you got that from.
So you know, I got an iPad so that and I downloaded all her favorite, of course, the Gaithers, you know, greatest hits. And we listen to it. I go over there and we listen, and she sings, so cool. And she's kind of back to her old self. And so, yeah.
Rock of Ages.
Thank God for music. You know, it's beautiful. Like, it's a great way. This is such a great story if you have somebody in your life that's struggling.
Well, you know what? I work with a lot of kids, and you look at brain-derived neurotrophins, and what it is the feel-good transmitters that begin to fire.
Changes.
And it does the same thing. It changes really the anatomical molecular structure of the brain and the plasticines. So the brain begins to now connect again.
Right.
Instead of being actually in that dormant state, it begins to now come alive.
Sometimes you go all scientific on me.
Well, I'm not trying, but you know.
And I just was lost at plastices or whatever.
Well, you know, the one thing that I will say about that, before it was believed that the brown matter in our brain, that it really had no function. But now they've discovered that if you can just get movement or music, it actually regenerates itself. We have an incredible body. Our Creator made us uniquely and wonderful.
And He created that music. You know?
Absolutely. Well, after the break, you'll meet a young couple who decided to put God first and what that means for them.
Jordan and Aaron Zatoon's inspiring story after this.
I got a phone call that Zach had been in an accident.
He had some of the deepest electrical injuries I'd ever seen.
The doctor told us he's not gonna make it.
And we were saying, come on, Zach, come back to us, Zach.
And that's like the minute the prayers started.
See miraculous stories like this in Answered Prayer. Pat Robertson's latest teaching uncovers the keys to help you get results, break down barriers, and build dynamic faith to receive your answered prayer. Available now.
Jordan and Aaron Zatoon work hard and play hard. They stay fit, love a good meal, and like many millennials, they go online a lot and stay connected through social media. But both admit they need to be careful because it's easy to get sucked into a selfie mindset.
There's just a lot of people just trying to get and gather and absorb as much as they can for self-interest and to look good as far as outfits or where they live or what car they drive. Everyone's hyper-competitive and everyone's trying to get ahead.
The Zatoons try hard to stay focused on other things.
We prioritized when we first got married, God is #1, and then family #2, and then our jobs and career #3.
And while they're very successful real estate brokers, their goal isn't to build a big bank account so they can buy things for themselves. Instead, they choose to invest in promoting God and giving to others.
I believe that's what the Lord's put me here for.
The Zatoons tithe to their church and are CBN partners. They increase their giving to CBN on a regular basis.
I made a covenant in my heart with the Lord that I would give 5% more a year. And in doing that, it was a kind of a step of faith, and I realized, well, He really is my provider. So I can trust Him with these extra little bits every month and every year.
Since giving more, they've seen their profits consistently increase for the past 6 years. Jordan and Aaron credit their success to God, and encourage others to put God first in their lives and give.
We're not any different or any more special than the guy next to us. I think we've just found this key to the kingdom in a way to partner with God and what he's doing on the earth.
I think it's about your heart posture towards the Lord and towards the thing that you're giving to.
The Zatoons especially like giving to CBN because of how CBN uses social media to share stories of God's love.
I repost them on my Facebook, and it's just like a nice tool that the Lord's using nowadays to plant seeds in people and just maybe reach out to them.
Well, I just know in my life that the Lord, and he's filled me with his love and his spirit, and it just makes me come alive. And I know that that really is everything in life. And so if I can partner with God and bringing that same message to millions of people across the world through what CBN is doing, then that's just what an amazing opportunity and a privilege. I would encourage others to be partners with CBN because it really has brought so much blessing to our life. Like, there's honestly no better organization out there to give to as far as Christian ministries.
I just love that couple. You know, it does give you hope, and it also encourages you with the next generation. Did you hear that statement? I believe this is what God has put me on earth to do. You know, Deuteronomy, it says something in the 8th chapter, in the 18th verse, and you shall remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you power to gain wealth, that he may establish his covenant, which he swore to your fathers, as it is today. You know, when you begin to sow, it is a covenant connector, and it is a demonstration that you are in the very grip of grace. And this is great ground that you're sowing into as well. If you have thought about it or you'd like to be a monthly partner, we have a great premium for you, and it's called Answered Prayer. You know, prayer is the place where burdens change shoulders. It's where the earthly gets in touch with the eternal. And Pat Robertson has a great teaching on that, and you do not want to miss it. So would you call now? It would be such an encouragement. 1-855-759-0700 and ask as a monthly partner for Answered Prayer. Well, after the break, singer and worship leader Brooke Nichols sits down with Laura-Lynn in studio, so don't go away.
Well, it is great to be back with you. We have an incredible guest. Her name is Brooke Nichols, and I am so blessed because, Brooke, I was able to actually hear you live at a conference, and I have never forgotten your voice and your spirit. It's absolutely amazing. And we're going to talk a little bit about your journey because it didn't start doing sort of this, you know, Christian worship music. For the first 7 years of your life, you thought maybe you'd be a pop star.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. I served at a church and I led worship for 7 years at this church, but I was also pursuing a career in pop music. I loved music, and I thought that's
the way to go.
That was what God wanted me to do, and I loved it so much. And it wasn't until maybe 3 years ago now, I just felt the Holy Spirit tell me to move on from that, and the Lord just told me to put that behind me, which was really hard for me to do because I really loved it.
Right.
It wasn't until I guess like the closer I began to walk with the Lord, the more, the more intently you can hear from him.
Right.
And I was like, God, what do you want me to do? It's like, not pop music.
Yes.
What?
Well, is it fair to say that you love music, and so you knew that you could use your voice in that way, but when your heart became consecrated, like all of us, then we know, no, God begins to put a single focus in our hearts.
Yeah, that's right. And I think like it was harder for me to know the difference between like I said, I thought where I was is where God wanted me. And I do believe for that season, that's where God did want me. I was able to share my faith and talk about Jesus in a way to people that didn't know him.
Right out there.
Which was really special and really neat. And
it's not that God won't allow that and continue to allow you to share that message, but he kind of shifted your path a little bit.
That's right. He did. I had a total heart transformation, which then led me to Christian music and then doing worship full time.
What was the heart transformation about? You talk a lot about obedience. Yeah, that's important to you.
Well, the heart transformation happened over like a course of asking God where he wanted me to go and what he wanted for my life. Again, I wanted to do pop music, and so that was just the path I was working really hard toward. And God actually shut doors in my face, and at the time, I didn't realize that that was like God's way of showing me and telling me that like, this isn't where I want you, this isn't what I have in store for your life.
Right.
But I just kept working hard. And then it wasn't until I actually got a job at a church, C4 in Ajax, and I started to my heart just became all about worship. And it wasn't until that season in my life that God really revealed to me that that's what he wanted me to do.
I like when you talk about closed doors. I think that we all relate to that. That sometimes a closed door feels like a slam in the face, when in actuality it's God's way of directing, and it actually leads to promotion.
Absolutely, and I feel like God really protected me in that season of my life. At the time, when those doors shut on you, it's hurtful, and you feel rejected, and you question, why am I even doing this?
Right.
But looking back now, I love God's timing, because it really is perfect. And looking back, I feel totally protected from that season now into this season.
Right, and you will never know what that could have led to and what God was protecting you from, down the road.
That's right.
And you have a new album coming out, Pursue.
Yes.
With Brooke Nichols. I love it, and I love your music.
Thank you.
You're so incredible. We saw that little clip of you performing. How did you end up coming into this?
So Pursue came about a year ago now. A friend of mine sent me Psalm 119, and it was perfect timing in that moment, in that specific day. And I was diving into Psalm 119, and I was going through the different translations, and the translation that I landed on was the Message. And it's something along the lines of, steady my steps, O God, as I walk through this path that you have set before me, that I would never look back on my life and wish that I had served you more, listened to your voice more intently, or loved you more deeply. As your love leads the way, O God, may I pursue your heart and the patterns of your righteousness as I pursue you.
Wow.
And it just struck me that I pursue you, I pursue you, I pursue you. And I thought, okay, God, what do you want to say to me this year? What do you want to do through me this year? And the I pursue you, I couldn't get it off my lips. I couldn't get it off my heart.
Right.
And that actually birthed the song, Pursue, and then also the whole idea of the rest of the EP, the album.
Wow. I feel like that resonates in my spirit, that God is asking the nation to pursue him.
Yes.
This is a nation honoring song, in that Canada, God is calling us to do what he's put in your heart, to pursue him, to make him number one. God, doesn't want us to be hot or cold, but that we would be in hot pursuit of him. And our churches are sometimes failing at that right now.
And I actually said to my husband, so all the songs that are on this record they're like forward thinking, like, I will pursue you, I choose to pursue you in your ways, in your heart. You know, we live in this society where like we actually pursue so many things that God's like, hey, like, I'm over here, why are you pursuing all these things? And
right.
I'm right here waiting for you.
I'm right here.
Yeah, and so all the songs on this record are like a testament. They're a statement of like, the darkness doesn't scare me. God, you are near. I will turn my eyes and I will pursue you. So all these forward thinking to what the future holds, because I don't know what the future holds. And even this year, like I think about my 2018, I truly don't know what God has in store for me. And I just know that He's calling me to do this. And so we're going to walk in obedience.
I love the place that you're at. You have decided that your focus is going to be on Him and Him alone. And he's radically getting a hold of you, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, He is.
I can see
He
that.
is. And I said to my husband a couple months ago when we started to record this record, I said, this isn't just a word for me and for you and for us. This is actually this is for Canada. This
Exactly.
is for, this needs to land on ears.
I did not know that you had said that, but when I hear the passion and how God gave this to you, God is asking our nation to pursue Him. Yeah, that's breaking me up right now. That's nice. Yeah, we need that. You know, our hearts grow cold. All of those distractions, all of the things. You could have gone into pop. There's some people watching right now, and they're making some tough choices about, do I do this in the world's way, or is God asking me to literally sacrifice and be so surrendered and pursue Him so intensely that I lay down all of my own thoughts to pursue Him and Him alone? Wow, it's beautiful. And you married your guitar playing husband.
Yes, I did. He's like everything. He's like my manager, my MD, he's everything. He's wonderful. Yeah, we.
What's it like working together with your hubby that close?
It's actually really great.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I have some wives say like, well, how do you do that? And I kind of chuckle and I get it. But, you know, we have such a great time together. Yeah, and we have such, like, the anointing is on the both of us. And so... yeah, we just feel like this is where we're meant to be, and it's been a really great journey, actually.
Well, will you stick around and do a song for us?
I will.
You and your husband together? That would be a real treat for our audience. So don't go away. We are going to be right back with Brooke and Steve, her husband, to do a special song to close the show. Stay with us.
Jesus said it. I came to give you life. Life to the fullest. Life in your family. Life in your finances. Life in your body, mind, and spirit. Life in your everyday. We're here to help you discover life.
Steady my steps as I walk through the path that you have set before me. Take what is weak within these bones, carry what I can't on my own. Your word of lamp to my feet, to the places you're calling me, and I pursue you, God. I chase after your promises, pursue your heart in the pattern of your ways. I pursue. Yeah. after your promises, pursue your heart. In the pattern of your ways, I pursue you, and I pursue you. Oh, let your love be always guiding me, and open my eyes to see the wonder of your way, and let my life bring glory. Let it always bring you glory. Yeah. Oh, let your love be always guiding me, and open my eyes to see the wonder of your way, and let my life bring glory. Yes. Oh, glory. Oh, glory. Oh, the glory to you, and I pursue you, God. Chase after your promises, pursue your heart in the path